Okay, so now we're recording. This is our Light Your Fire call. So this is kind of our second annual Light My Fire call. We did one last year, and it really got us kicked off to a great start of January. We have some amazing speakers for you guys tonight. It is all of our jewels on our fantastic team. I am so incredibly proud of each of these individuals. I learn from them every single day, and I'm just like so incredibly down to my knees thankful that they are part of my team and are so generous to take their time and pour back into people that aren't necessarily on their team. That's the team that we are on, is a generous, supportive team. So I cannot wait. Show of hands, who is like super pumped about 2018? Like, see ya 2017, I'm here for 2018. Who's ready? Yes. Okay, so I am so excited. Lindsay, do your dance, girl, do your dance. I love it. So I am so excited. I just have this energy. I can feel it, right? I can feel that this year is our year. 2017 had some hiccups. For me personally, in my post, I kind of shared that it was a tough, challenging year for me. And I know several of you, it was a tough, challenging year for y'all too. So see you 2017. Hello 2018. Ready to rock this. Now, I also want to see a raise of hands. Who wants to rank up this year? Raise your hands. Like, raise them high, y'all. That is what we are going to do this year. Period. Is happening. Okay, so we are going to do that. This call is going to talk about a wide range of things that I encourage you guys to take notes. I encourage you to share this recording once I post it. Get your teams involved on this because you are going to learn some invaluable tips. David couldn't be here tonight because we had a pipe burst in our new house. Yay for freezing temperatures in Texas. So he's dealing with that right now. So I'm at my mom's house. He's been dealing with that for the past 2 days. But he wanted me to relay to you guys that he is here for y'all, so ready for 2018. 2017 was crazy for him too, but we are pumped as a couple and we are pumped as a team. So I'm going to kick it off to the fantastic, the energetic, the awesome Lindsay Berthasell. She is a diamond on our team, and she has a killer fast team that's just kicking tail. And I can't wait for you guys to just get to know her and get to be poured in by her. So Lindsay, go ahead and get us started, girl.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay, so I have 2 topics to talk about, but Tara told us we only have 5 minutes, so I'm gonna like sprint through them, okay? But they're really, really, really good things. Most of y'all, I feel like I know a lot of y'all, and you guys know I ramble so bad, so I'll try to talk really quick. Okay, so the first thing is goal setting, okay? So when you are looking at, if you just joined or no matter where you're at in your path, you want to set goals every single month. And it might sound kind of silly and kind of dumb. Sorry, my kids are screaming in the background. It might sound kind of silly, but it is a crucial part of your success in this business. You have to think about what you want to accomplish this month. Because when you think about it, you are your own boss, right? Like, no one else can accomplish your goals but you. It's just you. Yes, you need a team, right? But you have to lead yourself and you have to hold yourself accountable. So don't just start the month and be like, okay, I'm just going to post on Facebook and send some cool messages and call it a day. No, know in your mind how many people you need to sign up this month in order to get to next month. And then that month leading you into the next month after that. So you need to know where you want to be. In the months leading up until Emerald, hi, Becca Jean, I just saw your little chat there. I don't normally look at that. But anyway, so when I was leading up until Emerald, I was planning out exactly where I wanted to be every single month. So I knew, I needed X amount of people to get to gold, X amount of people to get to senior gold. And the big part of that is getting business builders, okay? A big, big, big part of that. And so, which kind of leads me into my next thing, which is how to get business builders running, okay? So if you've signed up a new business builder, go see daddy, go. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. My kids are normally asleep and my husband came home late. So in order to get your business builders running, first of all, you want to get them, this is the biggest thing really, you want to get them to silver as quickly as possible, okay? That's the biggest thing. You get a commission, you get a paycheck in their hands as quick as possible, and we'll show them how fun and simple and easy our business is and how good this opportunity is. And so how do you get them to silver, right? Several things. First of all, you want to get them plugged into your team pages, okay? And if you have your own team page that's brand new, let me encourage you to connect them to your upline's team pages, okay? Don't stop adding to your upline's team pages. If you might think, oh, well, they're great, but I'm gonna get mine running. That's fine, but don't stop connecting them in the larger team pages because they need to feel the energy. Energy is all that we have in this business. Trust me when I say that. If they don't feel like everybody else around them is chasing the same goal as them, they're really not gonna, I mean, they might be self-driven and that's great, whatever, but they have to feel that other people are chasing the same goal because it encourages them. And again, it just shows them that this opportunity must be something great because a lot of people are going after it. And so you want them to feed off of that energy to kind of drive them to their goals. So connect them on the team pages. Whatever team training you're using, connect them to that team training. Tag them in the videos. We have Tara has an amazing Facebook posting tip video. Tag them in that. There's lots and lots of good training videos. Whatever training you're using, tag them in that and get them connected, get them trained, get them on the phone, walk them through the back office as quickly as possible. We have a new back office and I'm still learning how to use it. So I'm not exactly an expert in that, but I am connecting people and showing them at least how to log into their back office, pull up, I think it's their points and PV chart, right? Their reports, they know that's where ambassadors go, know where their customer report is, get them familiar with how to edit their subscription, just get them familiar with the website because the more, this all leads me to, the more confident that they are in knowing how to use their website, the more confident they are in how to share about Plexus and know what they're doing, then the more excited they're going to be and the more comfortable they're going to feel talking about this opportunity, right? So that is, the ultimate goal. If they don't feel confident and comfortable, they're not going to run with the business. They need to feel really excited and comfortable and confident. Let's see, tag them in the training. Educate them, make sure that hi, honey. Make sure, I'm so sorry, you guys. She's normally asleep. Make sure that you educate, make sure that they are educated on gut health. Might sound like kind of like common sense, but just remember, like really get them to understand why our products are different, why our opportunity is different, and gut health is a massive part of that. So just make sure that you tag them in any videos. Don't overwhelm them, by the way. You might get them on the team page and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna get them, I want them to see everything, and you start tagging them in like 15 things. Don't do that. Just do the crucial team training first, and then, maybe 2 days later, tag them in a couple more videos. 2 days later, tag them in a couple more videos. I usually kind of slowly ease people in because I don't want them to feel overwhelmed. And I'm also constantly reminding them, don't feel like you have to know everything. Don't feel like you have to have this all memorized. And remember, there's no pressure. Just kind of ease your way into it and you'll learn as you go. Get them on the phone as soon as possible, okay? Hopefully, if you have a new business builder, you might have already gotten on the phone with them and talked about this opportunity, so you've already connected with them. But if you haven't yet and they join, get them on the phone as soon as possible. It's also great to do a three-way call with Upline. Three-way calls are just really, really important. I am constantly talking about three-way calls with my team, and it's just really, really good to get them connected with someone else who they don't necessarily know maybe, and it connects them, gets them educated, gets them excited, gets another opinion on things, more training, but just get them on the phone and connect with them, build that relationship, especially if you don't know them that well, because you want them to trust you and feel comfortable talking to you. Make yourself available. Make yourself available, talk to them constantly, encourage them like crazy, love on them like crazy, make yourself available. Just make sure that if you have a new business builder join, keep your phone by you, just honest to God. It obviously depends on what rank you are. If you are brand new and you don't have a lot of people on your team, then obviously it's easier for you to check your phone 24/7. If you have a massive team, it's not as easy, but just remember, if you have a new business builder, they should really take priority over everything, in my opinion. They're your level one, and they're excited and they're nervous. So just be available to them, connect with them constantly. And then, send them a bunch of good posts to start out with. I always have people ask me when they join, like they're always, one of their fears, I think, in joining is that they see me post and they're like, oh my God, I could never do that. What the heck am I going to say? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I usually copy and paste other people's posts. I try to write my own, but it doesn't always work out like that. So I explain our family and our community and how we copy and paste and share each other's stuff. So I usually send them like 10 to 12 posts maybe. I hit the send via messenger thing and I send them a bunch of stuff on my wall. And then I tell them, copy and paste that and use that as your own. Or if it's me sharing someone else's testimony, copy and paste, and share. It's always good to share lots of other people's testimonies to build that third-party validation. Okay, and then the very last thing is that, and this is like, I just want to add this in here because it is important to remember that if you do all of these things, you love on them, you encourage them, you do everything you can to connect them. If they don't want to run with this opportunity, it's okay? Just remember that. I want you guys to remember that because that can be so incredibly defeating sometimes. You are so amped up about someone and you think like, this is going to be my next rock star. Like they are going to take me straight to diamond. And you get them connected and you do all these things. And you're like, what the heck am I doing wrong? If you are plugging them in, responding to them, sending them to training, loving on them, giving them their space a little bit as well, not overwhelming them, and they just don't want to run with it, it's okay. Just remember, Tara has given me some advice multiple times before and reminded me that you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. So just remember, if you do all of those things, they still might not be ready, but don't ever stop keeping that relationship alive. Don't ever stop loving on them, even if they don't want to run with it right away. Just kind of give them some gentle love, and you never know if they'll come back 6 months later and actually run with it. So just keep the relationship open, never close the door, and just love on them constantly. Okay, that is everything I was going to say, and I can't remember who's next. Tara, I'm like looking at my thing. Who's next? Is it Stace? Oh, it's my sis. Okay, if you guys don't know her yet, this is my beautiful diamond sister, Stacey Hawkins.
Aw, thanks, Linz. Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm so honored that Tara asked me to speak on this call. There's so many of you guys that have gotten to me, and we're always, my whole team and I are always cheering for you guys on the Slim Jims. So tonight I am going to be talking about being coachable, being bold through cold messaging, and how my team keeps ending up on the leaders board, which is so crazy. So if y'all have not heard my story, I am, believe it or not, pretty shy, introverted person, non-Facebook person before this with a really small circle of close friends before I started doing network marketing. And I went diamond in exactly 2 years. So I'm here to say that like anybody can do this business, but you must be coachable. You have to be coachable. And what that means is like listening to everyone that is where you want to be and how they got there. You can't like veer off your own path and kind of do your own thing and think that you're going to become a tool. It just doesn't exactly work that way. So let me kind of start by saying, like, if you guys are not, if you're running in place, you haven't really gone, anywhere with your business lately or the past year, you need to do something different. If you are in full swing momentum, by all means, just carry on. But if you're stuck or whatever, you got to switch it up. You got to try something different. And you have to step outside your comfort zone to do something different. All right. So outside your comfort zone is where all the magic happens. Trust me. And for me, when I started with my Plexus business, for me, it was like inside my comfort zone since I'm so shy, but behind my computer, I was like sending out, cold messages. And that's how I kind of started my journey. So, and I know a lot of people are like super scared to send out cold messages, but that's because we're all terrified of how someone's going to perceive that and read it, right? And they're going to think you're annoying and you're pushy and you're salesy and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, I promise you, if you are using the messages that Tara has on her team page, they're wonderful, genuine, heartfelt messages that nobody could read and take anything, any other way than like, that was a really sweet message that she left me. It's very flattering. and everything like that. So don't ever be afraid. If you're speaking from the heart through these messages, don't be afraid to send those out. They're going to hear your heart and be taken the right way. Even if they don't get back to you, which most people won't, it takes many, many, many follow-ups, usually with a cold message, to get somebody to say yes. But no one's going to be put off by you if you're sending out these genuine, heartfelt messages. All right, so the other thing I want to touch on is with your cold messages, kind of like your warm market. When you first start out with Plexus, you're signing up people, and it's super exciting, but then your warm market kind of dies out, right? The same thing can happen with your cold messages. So I just said this to my team the other day. I really challenge you guys to like dig deep in your friends list when you're cold messaging, especially right now at the beginning of a new year. You never know who's going through what. A lot of people, just as many people are looking for a career change as they're looking to get healthy. So reach out to people that you think would absolutely never do this, people that you haven't talked to forever, people that you don't even really know that well, and just really reach out to everybody, because you just never know where you're gonna find somebody that's interested. The other thing I wanted to say really quick is to stop putting pressure on yourself or having it in your mind that you need to find that one rock star, and really spend your time and your energy into pouring into every single sign up that you have, and in training your downline to do the same thing. Because even if every single person that you are signing up just brings on their spouse or their best friend, right there, you're doubling your team, right? So if you're just rushing to sign up people and then rushing to sign up the next one, and you're not taking the time to encourage people to sign up loved ones and get them to silver, you're missing out on a huge opportunity to grow your team. So I wanted to mention that way too. And here's the other thing. The best way to get business builders, especially through cold messaging, is by having them see you promote. Okay, so when I sent out my whole first batch of cold messages and I didn't hear back from a lot of people, or I heard no from a lot of people, I kind of made it my goal to promote so that I could follow up and be like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but I just promoted a goal. I'm super excited. I'm having a ball with this business. You're still in my heart. I'd love for you to join me. Following up with someone after you just promoted is the best time to follow up with someone, and it's also the best opportunity or best chance you're going to have of getting them to join you, because it knocks down that fear that they have that they would never be successful at this because they just saw you, promote with it. So when you promote, even if it's your first promotion to silver, tell everybody, I just got my first promotion to silver. I'm super pumped. You should totally join my team. So make a huge, big deal out of that. Okay, so let me see here. Take chances, you guys. Again, do those scary things. Just imagine what your life could look like in 2018 if you really, really go for it. And if you make it to diamond, you make it to emerald, sapphire, diamond, imagine what your life would look like if you were making the kind of money that it shows on those income charts. Because it's real. And I'm telling you, it's a huge blessing, and you guys all have that opportunity in your life right now. So don't waste it, just do it, scared to death and everything. So as far as being on the leaders board, so it's still crazy to me that we've even been on there one time, let alone all the times we've been on there. But the biggest way that has helped my team get on the leaders board is I really, really pour into my levels 1 through 3. I pour into everybody, but I specifically pour into my 1 through 3s and train them to pour into their 1 through 3s. So you're having that duplication. But you need, in order to get a lot of points and promote and be on the leaders board and things like that, you need those high points, those high and tight points to you, meaning your levels 1 through 3, they're all worth those 5 points. You need to have a bunch of those. So you really, really want to be pouring into your upper levels and then training them to do the same thing. So with my leaders, I've talked to them almost every day. We're, if not texting every single day, we're talking every single day. They know I'm always available to do 3-way chats, lunches, coffees, anything like that, with potentials and stuff like that. And then I'm also training them to be super bold about the business side as well with the cold messaging. And what was the last thing I was going to say? Oh, and to be making sure that you're training your leaders to be building their team wide, super wide. If you guys don't know what that means signing up as many level 1s as you possibly can, okay? Because the more your team grows, the deeper your levels are going to get, and the less points you get for those people. So you want to be constantly signing up people yourself, constantly, helping your leaders sign up people, and just, having that duplication with your team. So anyway, that's all I have. Thanks, guys. Happy 2018. And I forget who's next. Is it Katie?
I'm next.
Oh, hi, Amy. Okay.
All right, guys. I hope everyone is excited for 2018. I am going to be talking about the importance of building and establishing new relationships because, unfortunately, I learned the hard way how important this really is. So when I first started Plexus, I was a teacher, and I was constantly meeting new people all the time through my job, whether it would be new parents every year, grade changes, trainings, you name it, I was constantly meeting new people. Well, then about a year into my journey, I was able to reach the rank of Emerald and stay home with my son. And guys, it got real. I got really cozy in those PJs, and I got really comfortable with hanging out with my tight-knit group of friends, and I stopped meeting new people, and therefore I had a lull where I was stuck and I was not signing any new level 1s. And you can hear from what Stacy just said, how important that really is. So I've learned some awesome ways to get better at that, and it's getting involved, whether it's in your church, a community organization, your children's schools, their sports, their extracurricular activities, whatever it may be, make sure you're meeting new people. And for those homebodies, you can do that virtually too. So the thing I really like about meeting people out and about when you are in an organization. For instance, I recently joined the Junior League of the Woodlands, and not only am I meeting awesome, like-minded people, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and I'm helping my community, so that's a big win. But they're different. They all have different personalities. They all bring something different to my life, and I really love that aspect of when you meet people, out in the real world. But then when you meet people virtually, you can meet people that are more like you. So you can join groups that are maybe Beagle lovers, or moms with multiples, or boy moms, or, you name it, there's a Facebook group out there for it. So whatever you're comfortable with. I personally found it to be advantageous to kind of mix it up with both to get yourself out there, but also, the possibilities are endless online. I mean, you can meet people across the United States. So I definitely feel like getting involved on the social aspect in some Facebook groups is really great to help continue and expand your network. Now, the awesome thing about this is not only are you going to expand your network for your Plexus business, but it's also going to be so much fun. I have had some new people come into my life in the last 6 months, and I didn't even know I needed them until I found them. So that is one awesome thing that I've liked about this journey, is that it's pushed me out of my comfort zone to meet other people. So I really, really encourage you to continue to just fill that cup and add new people into it. I always like the funnel aspect. You're going to continue to put people in, and keep people are going to fall out. So make sure that you are out there meeting new people. And that's all I really have for y'all about that. And I'm going to pass it on to Danielle Pulley, Sapphire Ambassador, and she is going to talk about how she recruited 40 people in her first 30 days.
Hey, you guys. I hope everyone's having a good new year. I have 5 minutes or so to talk about something that I could talk about for about an hour. So I'm going to do my best to kind of talk fast and make some good points. So just to kind of get straight to it, When I signed up, I was super nervous. I had 400 friends on Facebook. So and I wasn't even on Facebook. I had deactivated my account. So my friends never saw my face. And then I came onto my network saying, I'm sharing Plexus. So that was very, very hard and very scary for me. So I understand the nerves that go into sharing Plexus. But I was excited, you guys. I was so excited. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted this for my family, and I kept my why at the forefront. And when you're excited about something, you're going to ooze that out everywhere, and that's contagious. And so that's what I did. It doesn't make it hard to post when you're excited. You don't think twice about posting when you're excited. How do you get excited? I did my research. I prayed, and I was very afraid, but I prayed and I stepped out in faith because I knew that there's going to be haters everywhere, but I wasn't going to I was going to show them wrong. And I'm going to say right now, it's very liberating. They were wrong. I was right. That's very liberating because sometimes you get scared to do this because you're afraid of what other people think. So I prayed. I had that faith. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to fail at this. I was very determined. I had 4 kids. I had triplets that were 2 when I started Plexus, and a brand new baby. I wasn't sleeping. I was exhausted. And I started sharing my testimony right away. So y'all was still very exhausted. I had every excuse in the world to not do this. But I didn't watch TV. I stayed up late, and I made things happen. I sent out a lot of messages. I was so excited. I posted when my product came in the mail. I posted what I saw along the way. I posted my research that I found because I was excited. I was very vulnerable. I put it all out there. I was not arrogant. I wasn't salesy. I didn't post the sales graphics. I was me. I was true to myself. And that's what you got to be. You got to be true to yourself. You're the only you out there. There's only one of me out there. So you can't look at other people's posts and try to be like them. If you copy and paste other people's posts, it's not gonna vibe with you, and people are gonna catch on to that. So if you see a post you like, you might want to tweak it a little bit and make it sound like it's coming from you. At the beginning, I had no idea really how Plexus worked. I didn't know how to talk to people. So I really utilized 3-way chats. I cannot say that enough. I did not use them at first because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to pressure my friend into buying Plexus. I'm going to gang up on her with another person on this thread, and I'm going to pressure her into this, and she's going to say no and go running for the hills. But that's not how it happens. They're very, very calm. Most people come out of it feeling very thankful that you did it, and it gave me the opportunity to learn how to talk to people. It was like a personal training, but no one ever realized it. I was learning how to talk to people. So don't be afraid of 3-way chats. I did a ton of that was what would sign people up. Incentives, you guys. I did incentives because whenever I have people telling me all the time, hey, do you want to buy this? I do want to buy it, and I will eventually, but I'm just not going to do it right now. But if there's a sense of urgency, which I created in those moments with a sale, then they were more easily able to sign up. And it's a tax write-off, and it helps them get the price cheaper. So it's a win for everybody. Share your testimony. You've got to share your testimony. I am one of those people. So I had triplets. I've now had 3 pregnancies plus triplets. My stomach is not my favorite part of me. Okay, I've got the stretch marks. I've got all of that. So I don't like to post that on my personal wall. That's just my preference. But I have the picture that I send in a private message. My testimony shares so much louder than anything that I could say. So facts tell, stories sell. You've got to share the stories. You've got to share your own testimony. You have to be the product of a product. Be the product of the product. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Keep your list. Go through all of your lists all the time. Go through and check. Okay, here's the big thing. Okay, you're gonna have people who you tell them about Plexus. You tell them about gut health, and then they're gonna go, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. It's probably the first time that they've ever heard about gut health, but you planted the seed. Okay, then they're gonna start doing their own research, or they're gonna see it on the website for something else. And if you don't follow back up with them and send them articles and send them testimonies about gut health and how maybe it can help with their anxiety or their depression or whatever it is, someone else is going to come along from a different MLM, a different health and wellness, and they're going to snatch that person from you. So it's either you or somebody else. Okay, if you're going after someone and they say no, you have to send it again. You have to come back up. You got to follow back up. Otherwise, they're going to go to somewhere else because they'll come around eventually to gut health and connect it to whatever they're struggling with. You want them to come back to you, but you got to be there. You got to come back and be there, not planting the seed for someone else to take the fruit. You got to plant the seed for you to take the fruit. Okay, I really don't know how long I've talked. I'm trying to hurry through this. You got to duplicate, get people to go silver. That's huge. That's what I've reached out to so many people. They told me no. So let's do this. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. Let's do this together, because I was excited. To take it back for a minute, there's probably some people on this call who have been doing this business for several years, and they don't have that excitement anymore. Okay, you have that excitement at the beginning. Maybe you went through some hard times. I've been through a lot of hard times, and it's so easy to feel defeated. You can't pour from an empty cup. You got to get excited again. Go watch some videos. Go read a book. Go watch some YouTube videos, and then take that advice and run with it. When I first started, I was going door to door. Yeah, I thought about setting up a Plexus stand outside of my driveway. That's how much I had the vision and I wanted it. So what are you willing to do to get there? You know, you don't have to kill yourself to get there, but you got to fill your cup back up again. If you're not feeling excited, get excited and figure out ways to get excited, because then that will naturally ooze out of you. Okay, so you've got to be a product of the product. That's the second point I'm going to talk about real quick before I hand it off. You can't sit there and say, I believe in Plexus, and yet I'm going to eat ice cream every single night. Okay. Why? Because you might believe in Plexus, but when you eat that ice cream every night, you're not going to hit your health goals. Plexus is, you're going to continue to toxify your body while Plexus is trying to detox your body, and your belief is going to dwindle because you're not going to see the results that you want. If your belief dwindles, then you're not going to be able to pour that out to other people. That's the whole point. Your belief, people follow you because of what you believe in, not because of what you're selling. They can buy it from anybody. So if you're a product of the product, then they'll choose to buy it from you. You know, that's the whole share your testimony, show pictures of your before and after. Always give your own testimony. Sorry, my light just shut off, so it's kind of dark. Okay, so if you start eating unhealthy, if you're not exercising, if you're telling other people to drink water and you're not drinking water, well, you're not going to reach your health goals. You're just not. And then how are you going to pour that into other people and say that they need to do that too? So there's a lot of people who are like, Plexus doesn't work. Well, are you drinking your water? Are you being a product of the product? I guarantee you right now, for your January 2018 goals, if you have weight to lose and you want to get healthy, get on a diet, get moving, take your Plexus, drink your water, and be a product of the product. Like, go out there and get your before and after. I will tell you that will sell way more than anything that you can say. If you can get out there and you have that picture and you have that proof, that's going to increase your belief where you might be struggling a little bit, and it's going to encourage other people. It's going to naturally come out of you, and it's going to just help your mindset so much. So that's a wrap. I hope that this blessed some of y'all tonight. I'm going to pass it over to Jennifer Yates, Sapphire Ambassador, and she's amazing. I can't wait to hear what she has to say. Bye.
Hey y'all, good evening. Okay, first I want to start talking about, I'm going to talk about IPAs and incentives for your team. But first I want to talk about being persistent. When you have someone that wants to work this business, and this is just from my own personal journey, I wanted nothing to do with Plexus. And thank goodness Stacey Hawkins was persistent to me. We joke about it all the time. She literally presented the business opportunity 9 times. I had been taking the products 3 or 4 months and I kind of laughed at network marketing, was never going to do it. And she was persistent with me. And so y'all, even if it takes following up with someone 9 times, just keep doing it, because they may join you one day. But then after I started working the business, the IPA scared the heck out of me. Like the whole cold message, checking on people, that kind of thing. It was so super duper scary for me. I'm naturally introverted. And so putting people on the spot or putting myself out there was scary. And so I was just posting on Facebook. That's all I was doing. I'd post my post for the day and say, I'm done, wash my hands and walk away. That's working my business. But y'all, I was going nowhere. My business was going nowhere. I sat at silver forever. And so anyway, I finally went to somehow made it to Leaders Retreat. I don't know how, but that is what lit a fire under me. That Leaders Retreat lit that fire. And then I thought, if these women can do it, I can do it too. But I knew it was going to take a change in me. I was going to have to start working my IPAs. I was going to have to start sending cold messages. I was going to have to start throwing people in three-way chats. I was going to have to start presenting the business opportunity. And so once I started implementing those changes, I started seeing growth in my business. And so, y'all, it takes getting uncomfortable. That's what I had to do for my business to grow, was get uncomfortable. And I started small. I didn't send 20 cold messages all in one day. I started by sending 1 or 2 in a day. And then once that made me feel a little better, or I'd hear back from somebody, or maybe I wouldn't. But just doing it and getting outside of your comfort zone, it's much easier to continue to move forward and do it. So just do it one time. And I promise it will, because I can sit down and do 30 at a time and I'm good to go. I am not scared, not fearful. It will grow you personally if you'll just sit down and do it in small baby steps. And then the other thing, my time was an issue when I first started. I was working contract as a speech therapist. And so finding the time to sit down to work my IPAs was a challenge. I have kids who are small, plus I was working contract work as a speech therapist. And so what I did was I would wake up an hour before my kids each morning, and then I would set aside that time to work through my IPAs. And so just setting aside that hour every single day was so beneficial and so helpful. And I saw the growth in my team when I was doing that. So I would encourage you, if you feel like time is an issue, wake up an hour earlier, or instead of watching Netflix with your husband at night, spend an hour at night working your IPAs. That will be so super duper helpful. And then the other thing I want to talk about is loving on and investing in your team. And so, y'all, this one is I'm really passionate about. People join your team because of you. And if you are not taking them by the hand and running with them, they're going to lose interest very quickly. So it's very important that you stay in contact with your new level 1 runners every single day, and love on them, invest in them, do shout outs on team pages to get them excited. Everyone loves to be loved on, and people will work harder for a word of affirmation than they will for money. And so I encourage you to really love on your new business builders and your new ambassadors. Also, challenges are a great way to motivate your team. Some people, when they start the business, they have no idea how to work their IPAs. And so what I do on my team page is a lot of IPA challenges. And so that trains them how to work their business. And then I usually do a giveaway in connection with that. And so it gives them something to work towards. It can be something small, like a water bottle. It can be a swag. It can be a small gift card, but just give them a goal to work towards, and then teach them how to work their business by working their IPAs. The next thing is, are you generating excitement with your level 1 runners, either through just a private message to them, or on a message thread with your team, or on your team page? Are you creating involvement and excitement? Even if you have 1, 2, 3 business builders, you can still generate excitement with the few people that you have. They want to be excited. They want to see that you're excited. And that creates excitement within them. And then, y'all, something that I have always done and is for every promotion that I get, I invest that money, the bonus from that, back into my team with sales and incentives. I know that it has helped my team grow. People will come try the products for $10, $15, $20 off. And it does grow and benefit your team in the long run. Even if you do not have any business builders to offer sales to, start offering Slim Sticks on your Facebook page. It can be as simple as saying, I'm giving away 5 Slim today. If you're interested, comment below. I'll do the drawing at 8 o'clock. And then when you have all those comments, you have people to follow up, and that can be your first cold message list. You have a list of people that you can follow up with. And someone that has expressed interest obviously has watched your post, and then follow up from there with them. I typically, if someone wants a stick of Slim, I give it to every single person that comments, even though I say I just have 5. But investing that money and back into your business is so super helpful. And I truly believe it has caused my business to grow. Anyway, we have a gift. Y'all don't be scared to talk about Plexus. We have a gift of health and wealth, and wealth. And so anyway, y'all just invest in your team and work your IPAs. And anyway, I can't wait to see what 2018 will bring for everybody. Thank you. Oh, and Katie Trent. She's Emerald Ambassador Katie Trent.
Hi guys, I am so excited to talk to y'all about social media presence. It's one of my favorite things to discuss with my team and new members because it is so impactful. Social media is one of the most powerful tools that you have in your arsenal, so I encourage y'all to use it strategically. And that also means that there's going to be lots of people using social media to sell things, right? So we want to make sure we're standing apart from everybody else. So I'll give you my top 5 tips for creating a good social media presence. The first one is invest in your presence. And by invest, I'm talking like $15. And that means apps. So there are amazing apps for you to have on your phone. Posting graphics and pictures that look nice and clean and pretty and well done is eye-catching. It will separate you from the bajillion other people that are taking low-lit, poorly angled, awkward pictures. I promise it will make a difference. So I'm going to give you the top apps that I use in my business. Some of these are free. Some of them you do have to pay for. But again, it's a one-time fee for an app that you will use for your business every single day, multiple times a day, and you can use it as a business write-off. So the top one is Retouch. I find most people don't know about this app, but I love it. It literally like erases people or things in the background of your pictures that you don't like. So maybe you have a cute picture of your kid, but like they have their diaper on the floor, you know, and you're like, dang it, I should probably move that because that's weird. You just like scratch over it with the app and it's gone and it looks nice and you don't have a dirty diaper in the background. Word Swag gives you lots of cool font options, super user-friendly to use. Canva is a new one, Canva. They used to only have a website to use. I still actually prefer the website, but they do have a mobile app now. It gives you options for creating like Facebook headers. Like they already have the dimensions done for you and they have layouts created for you. So you can toggle all the colors and the pictures and what you want to use with it, but it makes the settings and formatting super fast and easy for you to use if you're going to be doing an event or something on, you know, your Facebook. It's all right there. Ronna is a great one, RHONNA. I started using that one when I first used Plexus. It has tons of graphic little, you can add diamonds or stars or words or pictures, whatever. It has a lot of different things you can use there. Afterlight is another one that does a bunch of like editing, like color-wise on your photos, you know, thinking black and white. I typically don't post black and white, but they have other filters. And then Pick, Tap, Go. So those are all my top apps. I use them every single day, and they really do make a difference in the images that you post. I have people tell me all the time that they're like, oh, I knew it was your post just by scrolling, because it's gotten to the point where people recognize how I make my presence kind of known on my app. So I make sure things are clean. I make sure things aren't grainy. What happens on social media is if people share the same graphic multiple times, it gets grainy and warped. So when you post it again, it's just adding to that grain and people are seeing a distorted image that doesn't look as good as you might think it does. So take some time to make your own graphics. It'll also help you stick out of Facebook jail. If you ever see that happening, it's usually because people are all sharing the same thing. And when we get excited about specials or things happening and everyone shares the same graphic, Facebook marks that as spam. So if you can take 3 minutes to make your own and it looks good, it's a good investment for your business. And the second thing that I would encourage you to do is to tell a story every day. Stories are going to be the ways that you connect with your audience. If you're just posting facts about Plexus or about our multivitamin, I mean, that's great. But the majority of your audience is not going to be drawn to those facts. The majority of your audience is going to be drawn to the emotion that they feel when they read your post. You want to be memorable, okay? That's what you're wanting to create. And the way you create being memorable is being vulnerable. So you've got to kind of forfeit the whole putting the walls up. You got to let them down a little bit and let people know your feelings, your struggles in life, what you've been through, where you're going, the journey that you're on. People love cheering for the underdog, right? You know, think of Rudy, right? Everybody wanted him to do well. And so people want to see you succeed in life. So if you can kind of get on their level and tell them, look, like I really struggled in XYZ area of my life. Maybe it's, you know, carb eating or whatever it is in your life that you're kind of struggling with. If you can be open and tell people about that, but then say, this is what I found through Plexus. This is how it's changed me. This is what it's doing for me. People will be connected to that emotion and be connected to you because they see themselves in you. And that's what you're wanting to do for people. That will instantly separate you from anybody else that's sharing. I like to think of it as creating a following, people that want to hear your story. And so share your story multiple times. You know, even if you shared your testimony, you know, people, you would think everybody knows your story, continue sharing it. I tend to talk about being a stepmom, being a wife, and I replay those stories all the time, but I insert Plexus in there to connect to me in different ways. So that would be my second tip. My third tip, if you're married, I encourage everyone to tag their spouse in their posts. I told my husband, sorry, but like we're a joint venture and we're going to take over in Plexus. So I need your people to see my post. So when I tag him, it gives me much more of a range of people that will see my stuff. I can't tell you how many people have messaged me that I don't know that went to high school with my husband. Like all the time he jokes, it's like, it's really freaky to me that you're hanging out with so-and-so that I like knew in high school for like half a second, right? You know, like it just totally, it's such a weird connection, but it works. They see my posts because he's tagged in them. You know, his coworkers are the same way. I've gotten a lot of those. So expand your audience range by tagging your spouse in your post. My number 4th tip would be that Facebook is all about stopping the scroll these days. They're really wanting to make sure people are engaging and actually spending time with each other. So they want to see anything and they're going to be watching and giving numbers and metrics behind ways to make people stop scrolling. One way is through doing live videos. If you're not doing live videos, you're cheating yourself out of an availability for your visibility to grow exponentially. So do lives. I know that usually makes people turn in their stomach a little bit, but I just say, think of it as being coachable. You may not like it, you may not feel comfortable at first, but you're going to do great. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. So just be coachable because it's the best thing you can do for your business. Another way to stop people scrolling is posting pictures and graphics that are good. And then I call it scratching backs. So make sure that you're out there commenting on other people's posts. You want them to reciprocate, right? But you have to give them something. You have to be that friend. So you need to be commenting and going back and forth on people's posts if you're wanting to get that same engagement on yours. And then my last tip would be there's a new feature on Facebook. I'm sure you'll know about saving posts. There's that save button that you can click, but they've now made it even easier where when you save it, it can go to a specific category that you create. This is super easy for when you're on the go and you're like, oh, I need a business post. You know, I'm busy today. You can go to your saved section and then go to your business category and you'll see all the ones that you've saved that have anything to do with the business and Plexus that you've seen. It makes it super easy. I use it all the time. The categories I use the most are business ones, product ones, testimonies I see, and then funny memes because I like making people laugh. So those tend to be my top 4 categories, but it's an easy way for you to find something to post and not have to scroll through all of your saved stuff hoping to hit on one that you're wanting to use at that moment. So those are my top tips, and I will pass it on to Ashley. I think that's right, Ashley? Yeah?
Yeah, Ashley, you there?
I think she's muted.
Let's see.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were gonna unmute me. I unmuted myself.
Oh,
hi guys. Hey everybody. So my name's Ashley. I just ranked to Emerald in November, so I'm the newest one here. So thank you so much. It's such an honor to be asked to even do this call. I can't even believe that people want to know what I have to say. It's really amazing. Tara asked me to come on here and just talk about kind of having a positive mindset and how I pushed through a lot of the struggles and trials that I went through because I have had particularly a lot. So anyway, Stacey Hawkins tells me that, you know, she knows lots of people that would have given up way before I did, and she wouldn't have even blamed them. I'm not going to go through like everything that I went through, but I'll just kind of gloss over just a couple things. So, I've had a family member tell me that I was being reckless and irresponsible by selling something that wasn't FDA approved. I had someone who I spent 2 months with trying to convince them to work the business with me. I spent hours away from my family training them, finally got started, only 2 days later to post on Facebook that Plexus was a scam, and she quit. I've had countless people tell me they want to run with the business. They get to silver, maybe sign up 3 to 10 people or so, and they quit for no reason, or they ruin their business by not posting on Facebook the right way. And you know what happens when you know, somebody that's silver quits? Everybody that they've signed up pretty much quits too, because why would they stay? The person that convinced them to sign up just quit. So I ranked to gold in 2 months by myself, but then I was stuck at gold for 8 months. And in fact, after 5 months of like pouring my heart and soul into this business, I barely had 7 people consistently ordering from me. And that was all I had to show for it after 5 months of like serious hard work. It took me 10 months to find a runner. So, you know, that's just a few of the things I've been through. So the first thing I would say is, and this is really advice from Diamond Stacey Hawkins, but I would call Stacey all the time and I would, you know, vent and cry, and she would always tell me the same thing. She'd say, Ashley, every time I've had a disappointment, I just make myself send out 1 or 2 new cold messages to somebody about Plexus. Tell somebody new about Plexus. And that's what I did every time I was upset. Because what's the first thing we feel like doing when we have a disappointment in our business? Well, we want to feel sorry for ourselves. We want to go into like our downward spiral of like, this is never going to work for me. You know, nobody's ever going to want to do this business with me. Can't find a business builder. You know, whine, 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 cry, cry. And I'm not saying that I didn't do a little bit of that. I did. But here's the cool thing that happened when I would send out those messages when I would get disappointed. First of all, it made me feel really good about myself because I overcame that temptation to sulk and pout, right? Secondly, I knew I was actively working my business. And when I did that, it made me proud. It made me really proud of myself. And third, I was obviously creating another opportunity for somebody to say yes about the products or about the business. You guys all know that saying, action creates motivation, right? Well, seriously, never more true than in network marketing. So I was taking action, and even though I had a setback, and I should have felt unmotivated to keep trying, to keep pushing, I wasn't, because actually the opposite happened. I was remotivated. So seriously, you guys, try it. Every time you guys, if somebody quits, somebody, you know, stops doing the business, somebody tells you no, they quit the products, whatever it is, just make yourself immediately send out like 1 or 2 new cold messages about Plexus to somebody who you haven't messaged before. It's really remarkable what it will do for your mindset. Another thing that helped me stay positive was, you know, I had the mindset from the beginning in this business that this was going to be like starting my own business. Okay. So like if you were to open like your own like clothing boutique or something, right? So any entrepreneur, any small business owner, they will tell you when they first started their business, right? It's going to be a time investment and it's not necessarily going to pay off right away. Well, that's how I viewed my Plexus business. All those months at gold, you guys, I wasn't bringing in a huge paycheck. I was definitely working more hours than what my paycheck reflected, right? And it will seem like that for some of you. If you're a silver ambassador or a gold ambassador and your goal is to be a jewel, so that means that you are working hard right now. You are putting in the hours. Stop looking at your paycheck. Just stop it. For the most part, you know, it's just going to require a lot of like work building that foundation. But see, this is the cool thing that happens though. Once you guys reach senior gold, ruby, senior ruby, it all starts to equal out, right? And now as a new emerald ambassador, looking back at that work that I put in as a silver and gold ambassador, and I'm driving around that new Lexus, like, yeah, you can be sure it's equaled out, right? So don't get discouraged. Just recognize that, you know, you're starting your own business. Hard work in the beginning will pay off. Okay, so the next thing, I know we're running late on time here, so I'm just going to get one more thing in. You know, I would just look for, you know, the things I did have, you know, the blessings that I did have. Who was saying yes to me? What did I have going for me, right? This time last year, you guys, I had 2 people that told me they wanted to try to go silver. I was so excited. Okay, but here's the thing: is I was barely clearing like 100 points a month, like November, December, January. And I had been doing the business for 8 months at that point. So yeah, I was discouraged. I wasn't feeling super excited. I wasn't feeling like, I just, I was discouraged. But I had those 2 people that told me they wanted to go silver. So what would have happened if they could tell I had lost that excitement, and that they could tell that I was kind of walking around in like a plexus funk, Well, of course they're not going to want to do it with me, or if they did, they wouldn't be excited about it. They wouldn't be passionate about it. Like I had to be passionate for them, So, and by the way, those 2 people now, one is senior gold and one's super, super close to senior gold. So what would have happened if I didn't have that confidence and excitement? So for sure, they never would have. So if you're a team leader, and by that, I mean, if you just have one person working the business under you, you're a team leader. So you have to set the example of the positive mindset and that confidence and that passion and that, positive attitude for them, whether you feel like it or not, okay? So that's what I did, and that's what I continue to do. All right, I'm going to just pass it back over to Diamond Senior Ruby Tara Castaneda. Thank you so much, Tara, for having me speak tonight.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, y'all, are you like loving this call? I'm loving this call. Okay, so I, for the sake of time, I'm gonna fly through some things, but we've done really good on time. I have gotten a lot of questions recently about basics, about compensation, about business strategy, about what do I have to do? Okay, so you're giving me how to post on Facebook. You're giving me how to, connect with people. You're giving me IPA challenges, but what do I literally have to do in my business to hit rank goals, to hit income goals, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So first, let's talk about compensation. Okay, if you're on this call, you are interested in the business side. Part of that business side is a paycheck that you earn. Ain't no shame in that game, right? You are in this for some reason to earn a paycheck back, right? So let's talk about the compensation. There's 2 main ways that you get paid with Plexus: customers and ambassadors. Think of it as wheels on a bicycle, right? You need both. A great goal for customers is 500 PV because you get 25% commission, okay? But a lot of times, and I see this in my downline because I can see it all when I export it in, I can see certain PVs. I see some people with PVs of like 2,000, of 1,000, of even 5,000s on our team at one point. That's a missed opportunity in my opinion, okay? And here's why. Customers make great ambassadors, right? They make great ambassadors, and eventually you want to roll that over into an ambassador. So a great goal for your PV is 500. A lot of times people don't understand that your PV has nothing to do with your rank. Okay, how do you rank? That is the number one question I get. How do I rank up, Tara? How do you rank up? Ambassadors, friends. It's ambassadors. And you can have wholesale ambassadors and you can have business building ambassadors. A wholesale ambassador is someone who just takes the products for the discount. That's actually how I signed up. To be honest, I didn't even want to do the business when I started. And the other way is someone who joins in and they're like, jump in with both feet and they're ready to get started with the business side. They join the same way, the price is the same, but both of those are ambassadors. So I also want to encourage you guys that if you have somebody that is 1% interested in the business, you better be talking to them about Fast Start Gold, okay? And if you're on this call and you don't know what Fast Start Gold is, a ball has been dropped somewhere, and I want to encourage you to always talk about Fast Start Gold. We've had over 60 people now on our team Fast Start Gold in the past 4 years. That's 60. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. So I want you guys to know that it is possible. Fast Start Gold means that you sign a total of 20 people on your team in your levels 1 through 3. So they're not personal recruits always, but you get a team of 20 people in your first 30 days, okay? That is a double bonus and plus your commissions. So that's around $1,000, okay, in your first 30 days. That's huge. But aside from fast start is silver, okay? One of your goals needs to be going silver in your first 7 days. When you have somebody join your team, whether they're a wholesale or business builder, guys, have this conversation, because if you don't have this conversation with someone, they don't know what boat they're missing, okay? They don't know what opportunity they're missing. Talk to them, and don't say necessarily, hey, do you want to start a business? Because that's loaded, y'all. That is like, whoa, I have to start a business. That can be a scary sentence to absorb, right? Just say, hey, do you want to get your products free? I can help you with that. Let me help you with that. It's just 3 people, could be your close friends and family. My first 3 people were my husband, my grandmother, and my mama, right? That's what got me to silver. So talk about that. Now, if you are already silver, an absolute goal that you should not allow yourself to miss is going silver every single month. Okay, that should be a non-negotiable. That needs to be a must-have goal every single month. And I oftentimes talk about 2 different goals. Goal setting is so important. So Lindsay knocked it out of the park earlier when she talked about goals. I always have 2 goals, and I tell my level 1s this all the time. Must-have goal is your goal that you are just not, capital not, gonna not make, right? You are not gonna miss that goal. Okay, so you going silver every month needs to happen, period. Why? Stacy brought this up, going wide in your business. And I'm going to explain that a little bit more in a minute, but you always need to be going silver. Now, a crazy goal, so you've got your must-have goal and you have your crazy goal. A crazy goal would be to sign 5 people every month, right? So let's say you hit your 3, push yourself, friends, go for the bigger one, try and do 5. Okay, but going silver every month is really in your absolute incredible best favor. I promise you on that. I'm 4 years in. This month is actually my 4-year anniversary. Can't believe it's flown by. But going silver absolutely needs to be a must-have. Encourage that with your team as well. Guys, let me just paint a quick little picture, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm going to kind of paint it for you. Let's just say you have 5 level 1s, okay? And each of them signed 3 people. Do the math. How big would your team be then, right? Really big. And you only signed 5. Do you see the power of 3? The power of 3. Now imagine if those people that all were signed to go silver all went silver themselves. You'd have like 300, 400 people on your team. That right there is emerald, y'all. And you signed 5. That is the power of silver. If you are not training the importance of silver in your team, especially in your levels 1, 2, and 3, you're missing out. You're missing out on building your team strong, building it fast, and getting on that leaders board that Stacy mentioned. And in case you missed her comment on the side, leaders board is a company-wide, so 600,000 ambassador-wide report that comes out, and it's the person who has the most business building bonuses, so people that joined with a welcome pack, in their levels 1, 2, and 3, which means that their team in their upper levels is growing the fastest, right? Stacy Hawkins' team is on there almost every week. Whoa! Like, that's amazing. But that means she's got level 1s kicking tail, who are kicking tail, right? That's what that means. That is the power of silver. Okay. I hope I've drilled that in just a little bit there. Okay, something else I want you guys to do is break it down. A lot of times we can become a little bit overwhelmed with how to make things happen. Now, how do you rank up? It's ambassadors who order 100 PV, personal volume, worth of product every single month. So in a cycle of 30, 31 days, 28 for February, that given month, they need to order 100 PV. Break it down. So let's say that your goal is Ruby, okay? I'm going to make it simple here. Imagine if you had 20 people on your team all help 5 people order. That right there is 500 points. And it took 20 people all doing their share, okay? Let's say that you wanted to increase your team by 500 points, right? 20 people helping 5 people, right? Break it down. Okay, let's say you have a smaller team. Okay, if I have 3 people who all help 3 people, okay, what would that give me if each person's worth 5 points, right? That's 15 per person You can see the math there, right? It gets you that goal. So break it down. This should not all be on your shoulders, okay? That's where team involvement comes from. That's why we're having this call. Guess what gets your team involved? Energy, 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 energy. Are you spitting it out or are you sucking the life out of it, right? Take a look at yourself, okay? Go wide. What does that mean? Stace already talked about it a little bit, but I had it on my list. Going wide means having as many level 1s as possible, which means never, ever, ever stack your ambassadors. It is not a smart idea. Quite frankly, I would say it's kind of dumb. Here's why. And I spit some truth, so I hope I didn't offend anybody. Stacking your level 1s puts them down a level, which diminishes your points that you're awarded over time, which means if you were to ever grow to a diamond team, you could be losing thousands of points a month, okay? And then you get paid pay points on those, which is roughly $3,000 or $3. That would be amazing. $3 per pay point. So you're looking at a potential loss of $3,000 a month just because you stacked one person under one person. So have as many level 1s as you can possibly get and help your team to do the same. Level 1s include those wholesale ambassadors and business building ambassadors. Last thing I want to say about business strategy is know what your goal is. Don't run this blind, you guys. If your goal is Emerald, just know that that is 300 people in your levels 1 through 3. That is not 300 people that I'm personally bringing in. Now, if you can do that, shoot, go on with your bad self. You go run and you go do that. That's amazing. But Emerald is 300. Sapphire is 600. Diamond is 900. Break it down. These should be your goals, guys. Emerald, Sapphire, Diamond should be your goals because it is doable. It is not a specific type of person, a specific look of a person, a specific age of a person that hits these ranks. Every single person can do this, but you have to be smart, intentional, and a sense of urgency has to lie in you about your business. Danielle touched on the sense of urgency. Okay, so I want everyone to stop for a second. You've been just given a ton of information from the top of the top of the top of this company, Jules. I want everyone to stop and smile. I want to see some smiles on my screen. Just smile for a second, right? Are you excited about Plexus? Like, ask yourself that. Do you believe that this is real, that this is possible, that this is exciting, that this is doable? Ask yourself that. Do you have a passion for this year? Are you excited that 2018 is here, right? Whatever you're feeling, guys, whether good or bad, right? Whether excited or apologetic. Listen to what I'm saying here. Whether passionate or complacent. Whether believing or disbelieving. Everyone around you feels it. That includes your team. That includes your customers. That includes your potential audience. That includes your family. And that for sure affects the deeper interlockings of your mindset, which absolutely define your behavior and your action. Okay? So what are you feeling? If it's something negative, stop right there and work on it. I always say this. Whatever you know you should be doing that you're not doing, you need to start there. But even before that, get your mind in check. Where are you, right? Okay. Plexus is where it's at, you guys. This team is where it's at. Can you feel this energy? Are you excited for this year? Have we lit a fire underneath your tailbones? Are your buns a burning, right? Are you guys excited? Because I am. This is where it's at, guys. Imagine in 365 days, January 3rd, 2019, where do you want to be? What rank do you want to be at? Where do you want your finances, right? Are you tired of the rank that you're at? Then you need to do something different. Listen to us. We know what we're doing. We're trying to we're here to help you, okay? So VisionCast, 365 days from now, guess what? It starts right now. It starts today. So let's go get it. I hope this call was helpful. I hope you guys are excited. I want to see who goes silver this month. We're going to do a big post about everybody who goes silver this month. So I love you guys. Let's go kick January's tail. And everybody on this call needs to be registered for Super Saturday because the incentives are amazing. You're going to want them. Trust me on this. I know what they are. You're going to want them. Okay. I love you guys. Let's go rock this out. Go Slim Jims.